Oh, that guitar has returned. Man,
yes.
I'm ready to shave my head and walk around and got a stick on my fucking ashtray. Come on. Like, don't put a car on. People, it's not the ringside. Hang out with us on ringside. And oh my god, we're going to have different opinions. How you doing, sad-faced Hovig?
Good.
Okay, good. I'm doing all right. I need to smoke a cigarette because I can't handle all the stress from this horrible show. But I gotta tell you, dude, I love this fucking show. Trey, how about you, man?
Meh. It was okay.
Oh, god
What is the loneliest number?
Yeah, I guess so. Fuck you, Mr. Hovig. Fuck, I just called you Alan's last name again. Why do you hear Alan? Dude, Hovig and Alan like act the same sometimes. Apparently, their fucking the art looks the same too, and people draw you guys. Fucking like you guys are the ssame person. It's ridiculous.
How in the fuck do you confuse me and Alan?
Dude, I don't know what it is. It's like the shape of your face. Like you guys kind of look similar. I don't know. I mean, you can grow hair and he can't. No offense to Alan, but but yeah, man. I don't know. And I'll go ahead and look in the chat really quick too because they're talking already, man. They're talking up a storm. BBM saying I couldn't see Paul Heyman pepper sprayed, or he couldn't see Raw because Paul Heyman pepper sprayed his eyes. That was really cool. I actually like that bit. That was actually pretty funny.
I actually just got it because I saw that before. I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" And then when you read it out loud, I was like, "Oh, I get it now."
Yeah, Kirk is saying, see, when WWE doesn't push Roman every 10 minutes, Raw is actually okay. Yeah, that's the thing. They didn't push him every 10 seconds. They made sure to kind of push Brock Lesnar and just building up his, performance. He's building up his appearance, which was really cool. I wish they would do that more often. I'm not saying for sure that somebody's going to be there. Because then it's like all night I'm waiting for Brock Lesnar, Then when he finally comes out, you build it so much. I'm like, oh, that's fucking lame. And then something happens, and it's like, yeah, this being a surprise, he could do anything. It'd be cool. But we'll get into that later in the show. I'm fucking up. I'm sorry. I'm all hyped up. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's start this shit off right with the beginning of the show. And I gotta tell you, man, I thought it was gonna be a very somber, kind of sad beginning because of the whole Natalya Neidhart thing. Her dad died. John, what's his name? Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be a pretty sad thing. But they did that pretty well. And I really do think that they got a good replacement for Natalya during the moment and everything, too. Ronda said some pretty cool stuff as well. And then it led to the storyline. It led to the promo. And it led to Alexa Bliss making things kind of lighthearted again by being like a funny heel talking shit about Ronda Rousey's face. And I thought the whole thing was great. But, like, Trey, I'm going to start off with you, man. What did you feel about the beginning of the show?
Man, I got to say, Ronda did a good job doing, some good words to Natalya and to Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Rest in peace. That death caught me off guard. I did not expect that at all. Yeah, when my notification went off, I couldn't. I was just like, "Damn, really? That's messed up, man." But as for the rest of the stuff, though, Ron, they killed it tonight, and then it made sense for Ember Moon to be Natalya's replacement because she's been part of the feud anyway. So I thought it worked out, and so yeah, it was an okay way to start Raw. I mean, Ronda started off with the whole tribute thing, and then it transitioned well, which I'm gonna talk about transitions later because they messed up on a few things tonight. So.
Yeah, and I don't know what those things are. I'm actually really curious as to what you're talking about in that sense. But I mean, yeah, Alexa Bliss coming out and just talking shit. I thought this was really, really, good timed. Her making fun of Ronda Rousey's face, I thought was funny. And we brought that up many times on this show. Hovig, how about you, man? What you feel about Alexa Bliss talking shit to Ronda right after that whole emotional moment?
It was a very blissful thing to do.
Yeah. I'm surprised that she's not actually using it as a catchphrase right now. I'm very blissful, guys.
Yeah, but I guess it worked out to her advantage. I wasn't really paying attention because I was really doing something, but I had it on. I had it on in the background, but I was like focusing on something else. But from what I was catching on to,
yeah, okay.
To be honest,
I love that shit.
Except that face. I don't know. Did you all just see what that face that Goddess just did?
Yeah, no, she's making fun of Ronda Rousey's face.
What the fuck? But what was I gonna say? I will say that it was a little off guard, knowing that usually whenever a wrestler dies, that usually the first bumper you see is like a memorial thing. But then seeing Ronda Rousey come in, I was like,
yeah, it's like, wow, they're really not gonna give a fuck on this one, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say one thing that kind of bothered me too is that the match was actually really good in the beginning of the show, and then they started doing this shit, and I'm telling you guys, there were so many commercials during this. Like right here, the SummerSlam in the middle of the match. You know, it was a build up 10 minutes towards the match. The match took 2 commercials. You had these going on during the actual match too. I felt like they didn't want to like really risk people like changing the channel. It was like, hey guys, just so you guys know, you gotta stay on the channel to see the rest of this fucking match and how it's gonna turn out. And they put so much advertising space in there just to kind of make up for the lack of money they might actually earn during this segment. It felt really weird to have that many commercials. But Trey, do you think I'm kind of I don't know, being hyperbolic in that sense?
Nah, it was okay with me. I mean, you got 3 hours of Raw anyway. It's not like we're gonna miss much on a show where nothing really happens. So
yeah, so you know, I thought it was pretty cool. I think that even at the end of the match, or it wasn't even at the end of the match, it was in the beginning of the segment where Ronda Rousey starts beating the shit out of the dudes, the security guards. That was a pretty cool segment too. That was kind of funny how that happened.
That was awesome.
Oh, what'd you say?
I was agreeing with you. I said, yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. So, I don't know. For me, that kind of stuff really goes a long way for me. Really like when they show that, there's a wrestler that doesn't give a fuck and will do anything to kind of go after people. And that was pretty badass in my opinion. But one thing to talk about next, and we're going to skip over a lot of shit that happened tonight, which will always happen with Raw. If you guys have watched this, you guys know how this is going to go. But one thing, too, is the Brock Lesnar situation. Now, I don't know what you guys thought about that promo and how long it was. But do you think that this promo was better than Paul Heyman's solo one he did the other night or last week?
He had me sold today. I was like, are we actually getting something that might work? Because I honestly thought that there was going to be a faction between
Reigns and Heyman.
And then when he started talking about, his dad, Sika and shit, whoever the fuck his dad is.
Yeah, Alpha.
And then is it Alpha? Okay.
Yeah.
And whenever he pulled out the whole bit about speaking to Samoan or whatever the hell his father used to say to him, I'm like, yo, like, shit's really about to start happening going on. And then all of a sudden the whole fucking thing with the pepper spray happened. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're back.
Yeah, man. And just like I really did not expect the whole like a pepper spray thing. I think that was a little much, She's like, yeah, fuck you, and fucking, like probably looks like an old lady just doing that shit. Like, no, it's my purse, not my money. But you, Trey, what do you feel about that statement, man?
Man, damn. That's all I gotta say. Because I was somebody who loved the Paul Heyman thing from last week, and then the way it continued today, I loved it. And you know what? I'll even admit this. Even Roman was pretty good tonight. And I normally don't ever admit that. Don't expect that ever again. But but god dang it, man, the continuity and everything was great, and I loved it. My only problem is that they executed everything tonight. Like, it would have been great if they executed it and waited to SummerSlam for the whole pepper spray contract, whatever thing that Paul Heyman did. But I would have loved it to happen at SummerSlam instead of tonight, because it just made everything more predictable for Sunday. Granted, we have been wrong that, every time I think Brock Lesnar is going to lose, he pulls out and wins. But still, I would have loved a Paul Heyman, like, acting like he's going to team up with Roman.
A double
cross?
cross?
Double cross. Yeah, Zach. I would have loved that whole thing if it happened on Sunday. But the double cross made for a good show tonight. So, yeah, I loved it.
And the one thing I will say, too, is, like, I feel that there's a slight chance that this was done to make it seem like it's very predictable, but some shit's going to happen on Sunday that's going to make this work. Yeah, you know what? We had no idea what the fuck was going to happen. I mean, I really do think that this is going to turn into, Brock is in control, whooping ass, and Paul Heyman pulls some shit like he did to CM Punk last year, or not last year, god damn, a few years ago.
2013?
Yeah, 2013, yeah. The last year that CM Punk was an active wrestler. And I feel like, yeah, like that's something that I really do feel that can turn to that, because if not, this was all a build-up for absolutely nothing, especially knowing that Brock Lesnar is going to go to UFC. I think it would be cool if Paul Heyman screwed over Brock Lesnar and we just don't see Brock Lesnar retaliate ever until maybe WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and then he gets revenge on a Paul Heyman guy, whether it be Roman Reigns again, whether it be people from The Shield, or just another big guy. I feel like that would be way better and will serve Paul Heyman better in general. So we'll see what happens, man. But as far as the scene goes, man, the brutality of just Brock Lesnar just beating the fuck out of him. His theme song playing, comes right back out, beats his ass again. That's awesome, dude. I love that shit so much.
That's fucking Brock.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Brock. It's like, just give me more of that shit. You don't have to show up every fucking week. Just give me more of that shit. Just be the fucking beast you're supposed to be. Just like tonight. That's it.
Yeah, very, very simple shit. You
Very
know?
simple.
But here's the thing, though. Like, there's a lot of things that happen else tonight, and I mean, honestly, I don't even feel like it's even worth bringing up because at this point, tonight did feel like filler. I think we all can agree with that. Not bad filler, in my opinion, but we'll get into that when it comes to the ratings. But SummerSlam predictions-wise, I thought we can take this time to actually have some predictions on just what Raw is going to end up doing. And me, personally, I think we should start off from the very top. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. What do you guys think is going to happen? Like, Hovig, take it away, dude.
Shit, I have no idea.
No idea. And that's a good thing. To be unpredictable or to be not being able to predict what's going to happen is a fucking huge compliment.
Yeah, because I forgot who it was. I think it was Trey who said it, or it might have been you who said it, like just moments ago, saying that we've seen this before with Brock and Reigns. We've always thought that shit. We actually think that Brock is going to lose, like and then all of a sudden he pulls out a fucking victory out of his ass. So it's like, at this point right now, with how everything's been, I couldn't even fuck. I thought he was going to lose at Mania. He didn't. I thought he was going to lose at fucking...
Well, they fought at Saudi Arabia.
Up against Braun. Yeah.
Saudi Arabia. I thought he was going to lose there.
Fire.
He didn't. Yeah. So it's like... Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. I want to look at the chat really quick, too, because you guys are talking a lot. I want to, like, lose a love with y'all. But Cedric's over here. And by the way, congratulations with you and Jenny, Cedric. That's fucking awesome. I'm glad you're with her. You guys are great for each other. And let the love fucking flow. But the thing is, though, he's saying he's glad that Brock uses Kimura again. As much as I'm happy about your relationship, Cedric, you're wrong as shit. That was not a Kimura, goddammit. That was Matt Hardy's finisher from TNA.
It was a guillotine he did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was a guillotine. It's a guillotine. Wait. Not the right move. But no, but it's weird. I was like, damn. Oh, I love the reaction. Holy's just like, man, fuck you, dude. But no, man. Yeah, I mean, I like that move that he did, and it's just kind of weird too because, and someone said, let me actually give the credit where credit's due. Goddammit, somebody in here said that he's looking in shape. Yeah, Kirk. He's saying he looks in shape too. He's ready for UFC. And yeah, that's very, very obvious. But at the same time, I think he's ready for UFC in more ways than just being in shape. That was a straight up fucking chokehold. And WWE does not do that. I remember once upon a time, Daniel Bryan getting, suspended a little bit for choking out.
I mean, hold on. He did use a tie, though.
Still, it's almost...
That shit was like fucking like noose status, bro.
Nearly. But Brock Lesnar... I'm sorry, dude, but Brock Lesnar's hands are weapons of mass destruction. Like, they might as well be a fucking, like, knife. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. The idea, and then the way Brock, the intensity of it, dude, it looks scary. It's like, would you want to have Brock wrap his fucking arms around your neck? I would not.
Shit, I was one of the first ones who said Brock said some shit. I'd be like, yes, sir.
Give me your wife.
Take her.
Aw. God damn.
I ain't fucking with Brock. No.
I'll get my ass kicked though because if he's like, hey, give me a girlfriend, but he'll say in his voice like, hey, give me a girlfriend. It's like, shut up, you big muscly motherfucker.
Man, fuck that voice or not. It's either he's gonna give me his hands or he's gonna shoot me with some fucking rifle.
I'll throw water on him. He'll just melt that big piece of fucking clay. God damn. My girlfriend always says that shit too. She always calls it Play-Doh. I love that shit.
Dang, Homie's dead.
I don't know if he's laughing because of my joke or that weed flash drive's getting to him. I don't know. What the fuck is that?
Well, your motherfucker said he's gonna melt like clay or some shit.
Yeah, man, it's fucked up. Or maybe it just bristles off. I don't know. Probably, I don't know if it's clay or
maybe you throw water on him, he's gonna give you that motherfucker look and then break your head.
Stop it. It's like, oh shit, he's man. But no, man, like, I feel like, yeah, like he is in great shape for what he's doing now, but just they shouldn't do the chokehold if you're not gonna let everybody else do it. You should, it's kind of weird to give it to the guy who's about to leave right now. Let somebody who probably needs a very violent, very badass, thing going on, let him have it. Let Samoa Joe use that move on somebody, a guillotine.
Is Brock booked for a match in UFC yet, or is it still like?
Apparently, and the thing is, dude, like you've seen what he looks like when he's getting ready for UFC. Like he's in UFC shape. He's not in WWE shape.
He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill someone shape.
He's in like I need to kill somebody fucking shape. Like it's crazy. But Trey, what do you think's gonna happen over there at WWE SummerSlam between him and Roman Reigns?
Man, as Hovik brought up with my point, with the whole every time I think Brock's gonna lose, he pulls it out. I gotta go with Brock, man. Like,
He pulls
and
it
I might
out.
be proving him
Every time
wrong.
he thinks he's gonna lose, he whips that dick out. And it's like, oh.
But man, I don't know, man. He just always, pulls it out at the end. Oh Jesus!
He did it again.
But he always wins somehow. I don't understand, because I keep thinking, oh, what, this is the part where he's gonna get screwed over, and he doesn't. So I think Brock's winning, man.
Yeah, hashtag he pulls out. But the thing is, though,
Hashtag he pulls out.
but the thing about Brock Lesnar, or not that Brock Lesnar, but SummerSlam is there's so many other matches that I'm kind of like, I'm at a lack of being able to predict as well. Like speaking of the Brock Lesnar match, that's gonna be somewhat connected to Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, whether it's gonna be at SummerSlam or afterwards. And I'm wondering if WWE is smart enough. Yeah, like Dean Ambrose came back tonight, man. That's a big thing that happened tonight. And I'm wondering, like, what if something happens and they win the tag title? Or no, it's not even for the tag title. It's just a match. But what if Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins comes out to help Roman Reigns,
and then reunite the Shield again?
Yeah, reunite the Shield.
They're not even really reuniting. It's just been on hiatus because Dean was injured.
Yeah, but the one thing that'll be really, really cool is that they do something where not only they reunite and everyone's like, yay, the Shield, but then Paul Heyman pulls some shit. It's like, yep, and they're my guys. I'm the one who bought Dean Ambrose to come back. I spent his travel money. And then as happy as people are that they won, Roman Reigns is like, see, you guys are cheering. You guys are fucking idiots. Like, I'm the heel. Like, and Paul Heyman's with us, and we're the Shield. And it's like, oh.
Not gonna lie. If they pull some shit like that, I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
Thank you.
And they do really cool things like this at SummerSlam sometimes. SummerSlam and WrestleMania Survivor Series are
the big four.
Yeah, one of the Royal Rumble too.
Yeah, one of the big four. They always pull some shit out.
Yeah, man. So I don't know what's gonna happen. This could be a really, really cool situation. I cannot wait to see what happens with that. Moving on.
You know what, Nick? I wasn't really looking forward to SummerSlam at all, but my mind just got turned because of this conversation.
Yeah, like I'm selling you guys, and $9.99 W Network, and if you don't have that subscription, it's free.
Well, shit, I'm actually looking forward to that fucking match now. God damn it.
No, and it was weird because we were talking about this. Even I think we did like a show with just me and you once, and we're talking about like, dude, I'm not sold for SummerSlam. This was like back in June, and we're like, I'm not sold for SummerSlam because fuck this shit. And it's like, man, they got the match that we totally said we were not going to watch SummerSlam for, and made it interesting. And I'm like, holy shit, bravo.
But at the same time, I'm going to watch it with no expectations.
True.
Because I know for a fact that anything that we're saying right now, 9 out of 10, that shit ain't happening.
Exactly. But I mean, the tease is worth it.
The tease is worth it, yes. But I was there at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
And we all know these motherfucking fans, bro. They gonna do some stupid shit that's gonna make me want to say, I'm gonna shut this bitch off.
Yeah, no, fans are annoying. And I hate when I think sometimes WWE pulls an audible and says, you know what, man, fuck them. We're not doing this storyline in Chicago.
Yeah, it's like, for example, at WrestleMania, I'm like sitting there, I'm actually trying to watch the show, but then I'm like, yo, the fucking audience here is just being fucking ridiculous. I'm like, I'm watching them instead.
Krug Lazarus over here sounds like my mom, by the way. He's like, Summerfest ends with Kevin Owens holding the Universal title. What? The Summerfest, the slam of the summer, yeah. Wrestle Vessel.
Wait, but yeah, well, hold on though. That's actually a good joke because that's what HBK thought it used to be called.
Oh, for real?
Don't you remember that one segment with Triple H trying to find Shawn Michaels?
Oh, and he's
working as a fucking cook. He goes, I need you to come back for SummerSlam. I thought it was called Summerfest. SummerSlam.
Yeah, some shit. No, okay, I guess you're right. That's funny as shit. But no, I will say, like, Kevin Owens holding the title, that's actually, now I'm thinking about it since I had some time to think, that could happen. Now that he mentions it. If he beats Braun Strowman, who's to say that Braun Strowman isn't going to come out to the fucking ring and get that title with the Money in the Bank?
Shit, I forgot about that.
That's another thing that's going on.
That's another thing. I forgot that was a stipulation for that match. Whoever wins takes the fucking... Man, that makes the fucking Money in the Bank almost worthless now.
Well, okay.
The match.
Yeah, because the belt itself is, I mean, not like, not only is it not worthless, but it's probably one of the most important factors about this fucking show now, a little bit. You know what I mean? The fact that, things can change drastically.
Yeah, man. Imagine Brock Lesnar winning and then Kevin Owens comes out and fucks him up, and then now Kevin Owens becomes the Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah, man. I mean, that'd be really, really cool. And I mean, I will say Kevin Owens having a feud with Roman Reigns or something with the Shield, and then maybe Kevin Owens has people following him or something. Maybe Sami Zayn comes back, some shit happens there. This might be an interesting little feud we got going on. Maybe Kevin Owens can team up with fucking Drew McIntyre and goddamn what's his face, Dolph Ziggler. There you go, 3 versus 3. We got a fucking 6-man tag feud going on in the next month.
Look at it.
Like basic mathematics, people. That's why WWE really some of the storylines are ran by math usually. When it's done right. So I don't know. I hope that happens. But next up too, speaking of this stuff and bringing out the other things, Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. Do you guys feel like Braun's gonna come out with it with the belt or with the bank, whatever the fuck, or? Like, what's up with you?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he could, but the thing is, it's so obvious like he would win, and Braun does not need a fucking Money in the Bank. He's so fucking strong, he'll just destroy everything in his way, so why does he even have that?
The only problem is I honestly don't think that they want Braun to go up against Brock, because they just want to keep going with Brock and Roman. That's why. I think that's why they gave the Money in the Bank to Braun, just so he could stay away from Brock, and you know what? I actually have a feeling that Kevin Owens is going to win that Money in the Bank. Yeah. I really have that feeling that Kevin Owens is going to win the Money in the Bank, and then they could go back to how he just might cash in on Brock Lesnar, but I honestly think that he might even beat the fuck out of Brock Lesnar with like a chair or like some sort of weapon just to keep his ass down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or it can be a funny thing, or maybe even fucking Paul Heyman is in cahoots with Constable Corbin, and both of them help Kevin Owens. And then you got a little stable. The Paul Heyman guys, McIntyre, Ziggler.
You got a new J&J type of thing going on then?
Yeah, exactly. And then this will give time for Paul Heyman to kind of leave for a little bit, and Constable Corbin is doing all the shit for those guys because they're really pushing Baron Corbin right now, like a lot. I feel like they finally found who he is. You know what I mean? But Trey, like, what do you feel is going to happen with Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens, man?
I do not see Braun Strowman losing at all.
Yeah.
I think Braun's keeping it, man. The way things have been lately with the Kevin Braun feud, yeah, Kevin's losing this feud, man. Which is unfortunate that they're even in this jokey feud because it's so horrible and dumb, and I just don't care for it at all. So, yeah, Braun's winning this.
Finn Balor versus Corbin too, by the way. What do you feel about that, Trey? What do you think is going to come out with the victory in that one?
Finn Balor. I don't see Corbin winning at all because it's being the way it's been booked. Like, it doesn't feel like a SummerSlam match at all whatsoever. It just feels like a typical heel versus face match where even with the squash match that Corbin had tonight with Breeze,
it feels like a filler.
Yeah. Even with the match Corbin had with Breeze tonight, just to prove the whole point against Finn, it was just like, yeah, Finn's winning this. So yeah, Finn Balor.
The thing is, I wish that it wasn't going to be like that too, because I feel like this could be something that can lead Finn Balor to bringing out the Demon again. The thing is, the Demon usually comes out during the Big Four, so it's kind of like, man, why aren't you not doing Demon Balor for SummerSlam? Like, you guys took too long to build this fucking feud up or something.
They didn't do it for fucking Mania either.
Oh, you're right, they didn't. Yeah, so it's weird. I mean, I guess it's very, very exclusive to do that, but it doesn't make sense to me. I feel like, maybe with the Authority fucking with them, and I know they don't call it the Authority anymore, but just someone constantly fucking with Finn Balor.
The powers that be.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's just stuck with the Authority. You just have other people like work for Triple H, Stephanie, while their characters behind the scenes, playing fucking, I don't know, action figures with the wrestlers. It would have been cool. The biggest thing here, Ronda Rousey looks a bliss. Ronda Rousey going to be champion? Yes or no, Hovig?
Nah, she's not going to be champ.
No? Okay. I feel like she might.
I would love it, but I doubt it.
The thing is, I feel like she might, and then we'll get like another rematch with her and Alexa Bliss, and then they'll do like a gimmick match around right before Bragging Rights or Survivor Series.
Oh no, they'll do it right at Hell in a Cell. They'll put them into a fucking cell.
Yeah, probably. And then I think right after Survivor Series, we have the Raw versus SmackDown, whatever the fuck. I think right into Royal Rumble, we will see Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax. I think that needs to happen. Like, definitely. And then hopefully by WrestleMania we get Ember Moon or something building up to that. But we'll see. Trey, who you think is going to win the Women's Championship, brother?
Alexa Bliss. She got it. Like, I don't see Ronda winning this at all whatsoever because it's going to be some shenanigans and stuff like that, especially because I didn't do no whole, like, for the pay-per-view match that nobody can come in or Alexa be stripped or whatever. Yeah, just for that stuff not happening at all, Alessa's winning this.
Ah, shit. Yeah, that sucks. But, at least Alicia Fox will have something to do. I mean, I'm sure she'll be out ringside doing some cool, funny shit, whatever the fuck. Over here, Raheem says, hey, guys, and fuck Trey. That continues on. The feud will last forever.
God damn.
But here's the thing, though. Last thing that I was gonna bring up, and I don't give a shit about tag team titles. We know B team's winning, and if they don't win, then who gives a fuck? But yeah, is it really that obvious that fucking Seth Rollins is going to win the match on Sunday, especially with Dean Ambrose there, or do you guys feel like he might lose?
He could lose.
Really? Dude, I'm looking like in every single possibility. There's no way he's losing that match. I don't know why I think that.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because Dolph Ziggler just got the IC title, and it's like it'd be weird to get it off him again.
But you know, they pull that fucking shit all the time, though.
I guess. Trey, how about you, man?
The only way, and I mean the only way I see Seth losing this is if Dean Ambrose betrays him. That's the only way I see that happening. Which if they did do this thing where Dean betrayed Seth automatically just from him just coming back, then yeah, Dolph Ziggler's retaining. But other than that, yeah, Seth's winning.
Like, if I was booking, I would have Dean betray fucking Rollins. But then this whole thing with Paul Heyman trying to pull something on Brock and pull something on Rollins, I'd have him be like behind fucking Kevin Owens. And maybe somehow Paul Heyman helps Kevin Owens wins. And at the very end of the show, you know, Kevin Owens comes in and triple threat match, he wins, and then both Brock Lesnar's fucked over, or Reigns fucked over. You got a new feud right there, and you got fucking Dean Ambrose being a heel because he looks like a maniac. I'm sorry, but like I know you guys were telling me like, oh, he's always looked like that, blah blah blah. With the short hair, dude, and that beard, he looks like a fucking psycho. And I can imagine him playing a very psychotic fucking character if they allow him to do it. But yeah, we'll see what that happens, or see what happens with that. My words again all mixed up any senses. But moving on, overall ratings, I fucking love tonight a lot, man. There's a couple things that are a little bit boring, but you know, it's filler, it's a go home show, I get it. But the main stuff was just incredible. I love the storylines, I love the storytelling, everything's fucking awesome. Yeah, this was definitely a 4 out of 5 for me. I don't know what you guys think. I'm scared that someone's gonna tell me I'm extremely wrong, but hopefully, take it away, dude.
This was a mess show for me. It really wasn't like the, you know, it wasn't the go home show for me that I was actually expecting. But I mean, it was some parts were boring, some parts I didn't give a fuck about. But I mean, overall, it gets like a fucking 2.5 out of 5 for me.
Okay, and Mr. Trey Poopa Scoopa.
Man, it was a 1.5 out of 5 show for me. It was just bleh. Like, a lot of the matches I didn't care too much about, except for like the very beginning stuff with Ember Moon, Ronda, Alessa, and Alicia. Like, other than that, like, bleh. The show was just kind of it dragged a lot of the time, and I just didn't care for it to the point where I almost fell asleep a few times. And then those awkward transitions I was talking about, God, man. The first transition was doing the match with Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Cole said they were supposed to go to commercial break, and they didn't go to commercial break, and the match still continued. And that was so awkward, because I was just like, wait a minute. Like, I got up and everything, and I still heard the match going, and I was like, wait a minute. Like, what? Like, it's still going? I think you said it's going to commercial. And it just didn't go to commercial at all. I guess because Ruby had that Sasha's hand against the steps and stuff like that. And Vince, I guess, wanted to keep going, but man, that was just so awkward. And then the other awkward transition was, okay, they did the tribute to Jim Neidhart, and that was beautiful. I did like it and stuff like that. But then freaking Michael Cole, like, speaking of the Hart Foundation, you know, the Hart Foundation had an amazing match at SummerSlam against Demolition. Speaking of SummerSlam, yeah, here we go. Dude, that was the most awkward transition from a tribute I've ever seen. WWE are normally perfect with their tributes and stuff like that, but Michael Cole's transition to that was just like, oh man, like I was like, yeah, his death is sad, but SummerSlam's coming up this Sunday.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
How are they going to advertise that Renee Young is going to be on the commentators fucking shit, as she said, silent for like 85% of the damn show?
Man, I was expecting that though, because it's like, because she did great when the women were out, but when the men were out, she like took a step back, and it's like, you know what, that sucks, but at the same time, man, that has to be. I mean, look, it'd be scary if we were on there, but being a woman, like one of the first ever to do Raw in this sense.
Mean, it's not even that. It's like, you know, I mean, even if it is, the fuck, shit's flying all over. But even if it's her, it's also flies or whatever. Yeah. But even if it's her fucking first time ever, at least let the girl talk. Maybe she just needs to get broken in. You know, like like she just. I mean, but half the time, like she was just fucking silent.
It's just you shouldn't do this, by the way, either with a girl or a guy. You should not do this like the go home show before SummerSlam. Don't.
You know. Yeah, you're right. If it was anything, it should have been like last week.
Yeah, exactly. And then plus someone died today too, so she has to like roll with that too, and it's like
not to mention it's like one of her best friend's father too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she did a good job talking about that as well, and that came up. So Renee Young, and that's the thing. Like her commentating in NXT, like I always loved her when she was with Prince Albert, and there was the other third person. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Regal. But yeah, I always loved her on commentary and stuff. So she didn't get to shine bright like she normally does on commentary tonight. But hopefully, when she gets another chance, she'll be more comfortable because she's done it before. It's not like she hasn't done it before. It's just, I guess, because it was Monday Night Raw and it's kind of a big leagues thing. Like she just, was quiet for most of the stuff and whatnot.
And earlier, you were talking about transitions. There is one more that I'm wondering if you're going to say, and I kind of want to see if you. Like, I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to see if that's the one you're thinking of. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but after that Brock Lesnar on Reigns thing, the next match, no one had an entrance. Like, not the good guys, not the bad guys.
Yeah, it was usually they did it during commercial break.
Yeah, but like even when you at least you hear the end of the entrance.
Yeah,
this was different. They showed the replay, like, oh, and Roman Reigns got fucked up, people. Ding, ding, ding. The match started.
I wasn't going to bring that up because I forgot about that. But the two I mentioned was the one I caught my attention the most, especially because I feel like it was a little disrespectful to Jim Neidhart for them to do that transition. Like, fit that in to sell a pay-per-view, really? But other than that, yeah, that's a 1.5 out of 5 show.
Oh, man. I'm just thinking, we got so much wrestling to do this fucking week. That's just going to be difficult as hell, man.
You know what isn't too much wrestling?
Okay, yeah. I know. I served you. No, and now I'm going to go on a rant. I literally said, man, that was difficult, man. Oh, yeah, he was like, you know what's not going to be difficult? Doing the midweek.
I'm sorry. The last thing I heard was too much wrestling.
God damn it, man.
Okay, let's start all over. Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
You know it's going to be really difficult, Trey?
Oh, you know it's not going to be difficult.
Oh, shit. I fucked up.
I still went with it. No, SmackDown Hangouts. Join us tomorrow to SmackDown Reset Hangouts. We're talking about SmackDown. Hopefully it'll be a better show than this Raw show. Wednesday is the midweek chat attack. Join us on the midweek chat attack as we talk about things in the middle of the week. And then Thursday, Nick, are we doing the wrestling stuff?
Ring of Honor on Sinclair, Impact Wrestling. Oh my God, so much wrestling. Fuck me.
And then Friday is the Untitled Gaming Show. Join the Untitled Gaming Show with Ellen and Ganja. I'm the bi-weekly host. I might be there, I might not. Hasn't decided yet. Join us on the Facebook page. Oh, go ahead.
No, I said he might go one way, he might go the other. He's bi. But anyways, go ahead.
Join us on the Midnight Chat Tech Facebook page. We got awesome stuff going there all the time. And then after that, you got the MC at Mina. Join us on the MC at Mina. We got the community questions back. Ask those questions you got on the Midnight Chat Attack, the main event on this channel. Join us there at 7:30 CST. You got the After Hours run by Nick Diaz. Nick, do you have a movie yet?
Oh, no.
You probably don't because we're going to be talking about NXT TakeOver that night as well. Yes, boy. And then Sunday, we got SummerSlam. Oh, God, it is too much wrestling. And then Monday, you turn that back around, you get this show, the Monday Night Raw Ringside Hangouts. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
Oh,
Jesus
please help me. Help me, people. I'm going to die. There's so much fucking wrestling. Jesus, I'm 3.
We don't have to do Ring of Honor.
What? No, I'm fucking quit.
Attack the mother people chat.
Oh, attack the chat.
You're in SummerSlam, and I mean that this Sunday as well.
Oh, God damn, people are gonna attack your notifications harder than you ever have been. Please watch all of our shows. Please watch all of our shows. SummerSlam.